Okay, so another way I want to show you to animate is going to be using the asset warp tool. So currently when we watch our animation, it works, right? It's serviceable, but it looks a little stiff because there's just no flexibility, right? In the objects themselves. They're just kind of, I was going to say floating there, but that is the point of it. But yeah, they could be a little bit better. So what we're going to do is we're going to just change this a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this tween. I'm just going to work on this guy and do him a little bit differently just so you get an idea of how it works, and then you can choose how you want to apply it. So with this selected, I'm just going to right click and we're going to go ahead and remove the motion tween. Okay, so now it's just this guy again. Now the problem is when you go to use the asset warp, you're going to see you can't use it on a symbol. You can only use it on the drawings themselves. So we actually have to take this drawing and we have to take the symbol and break it apart. Now, you could go inside of it, and you'll see I will be able to do the symbol in here, but then it's like inside and nested. I'd rather not have that. I'd rather have the graphic there still. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to break this apart. So go to Modify, break apart, and that's actually just going to convert it back to a drawing again. Okay, so now you see it's just its drawing pieces. Now, now what we're going to do is we can go ahead and start putting in the asset warp. So what I want you to do is click here, then click back on this to make sure the whole thing is selected. Okay. Then what we're going to do is you're going to go to the asset warp. If it's not there, just go here and find it. We're going to go to the asset warp. And we're going to start at this head because sharks lead by their heads. And then we'll go from there. So I'm just going to start and we'll put it, we'll say right on the nose. Then we'll put one, let's say, at the shoulders, one here, and then we'll say one here, okay? Now, after you have that, you can select the bones, and they have different options for them. So right now I have these on Flexi. You'll see there's Flexi, Hard, and Soft. Let's go ahead and leave it on Flexi in this case. Basically, Hard will look like that, and then when we go to Rotate, you're not going to really be able to tell there. Hang on, let me do this one, do it Hard. When I would go to rotate this one, it's just going to make a harder transform, right? If I make it soft, it's going to be more gradual. And the difference with Flexi is that it will do the same thing, but now you have these almost like Bezier bones, and it gives you a little bit more flexibility. So particularly with my character, that's going to be helpful. Notice how it kind of messes up things, though. So this is why I'm not a huge fan of it. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and make these all just Flexi. So you can just select each one and make them Flexi. That way it just gives you more options. All right, so what I want to do is we'll start with basically, I'm just going to pull this down a little bit and we'll pull this one up a little bit like so. And then we're just going to put some key positions. So I'm just going to go here. I'm going to hit F6, okay, to make a new keyframe. Or you just right click and insert keyframe, or I guess convert to keyframe. Either way works. I don't know why there's two of them. Then we're going to take this and we'll go this direction, and we'll go like that. Okay, so you can see we have this, and then I'll just go at 2 seconds, and we'll just again hit F6, and I'm just going to kind of basically do the opposite, kind of go down. Maybe have this one, oops, that's not what I meant to do. Have this one kind of up, this one kind of up, and then we'll just go here, and then we'll have this one up, and this one kind of down, and maybe this one kind of down. Ah, crap, I forgot to make a keyframe first. Okay, so F6, up, down, funk you up. Okay, that. And then we'll just copy this one. So we will copy frames, and then I'm just gonna paste frames. And now you're gonna see is that we have these basic drawings, but they're not. There's no interpolation. So this one's a little bit different than motion tween. So what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna use classic tween. And what classic tween does is it tries to blend from one drawing position to another one. So I'm gonna right click inside the span between these two, and you're gonna choose classic tween. And you're going to see it's going to blend now from one to the other. And we're just going to do that for each one of these. Create classic tween, right click, create classic tween, right click, create classic tween. And now when we hit play, you'll see our guy kind of has a little bit more movement. Might be nice to actually like move him up and down a little bit. This one goes up, down, and up. Okay. And then we can kind of go from there, and we could further sort of break it down. So like in here, yeah, we got to make a keyframe first. Hit F6 to make a keyframe. And then we could try to help it. So let's see, he's going down. So maybe have the head go up a little bit faster. Have this kind of down. This down a little bit. So he's like this. And then we could do is here, F6, maybe have the tail still kind of down. Have this one kind of up. So he's slowly going like that. And then here, F6, have the tail still kind of down. This kind of going up. You get the idea. I don't want to spend all day on. Right. So now it's got a little bit more of, a little more wiggle movement and things such as that. So now I do want you to notice, see. So one of the things that happens is it kind of messes up. And I've also had issues where this is one of the reasons I don't really like the asset warp, but that is the newest tool. Theoretically, this will get better as time goes by. But you can see even here, it's kind of chopping a little bit. I'm not really sure. So I don't have 100% results with it. I prefer the bone tool still, but anyway, also it's not missing the other piece. So yeah, those are a couple of options in order to get a little bit more motion in your animation, okay, or a little more animation inside of your slideshow. So there are a lot more things you can do as far as the animation is concerned. And if you want to go online and follow some tutorials, I 100% support that. I just don't want to give you guys too much. I want you to get an idea of how it works. And then from there, you can kind of, experiment and do a little bit more with it. It doesn't matter to me which kind of type of animation you want to create. If you want to try and be more creative with it or less creative or whatever, just go ahead and just do the best you can. Okay. But you'll notice that obviously the motion gives it a lot more life than if it's just still images. So for this week, what I want you to do is just create one animation element. It can be really whatever you like. Okay. And you can do it in any of the methods that I described. Really, the best way to do it is a combination of all the methods together in order to make it work. But that's sort of up to you.